Society always tells you that when you're attacked, you have to fight back. They tell you to stand your ground, defend your truth, and absolutely never let anyone trample all over your boundaries. But here is a brutal truth that no expert tells you. The exact moment you desperately try to defend yourself, explain, or argue with a manipulator, you've made a confession. Your defensiveness is actually an admission that they've found your weak spot and they've struck a nerve. Think back. Have you ever stared at a text from someone who always drains the life out of you? Someone who brings nothing but chaos, and instead of typing out a long, rambling paragraph to explain your feelings, you just quietly deleted it. No massive blowout, no drama, just a swift and silent delete. You realize that if you didn't keep the engine running, everything would fade into silence, and for the first time, you truly just didn't care anymore. So, how do you look dead in the eyes of someone actively trying to destroy your peace? Someone who knows exactly which buttons to push and feel absolutely nothing. How do you become completely untouchable? To do that, you have to go through a profound cognitive shift. Stop viewing human relationships as purely emotional interactions. Instead, start seeing them as an economy, the economy of provocation. Every human interaction is a transfer of energy. When a toxic coworker or an emotionally immature family member provokes you, they aren't looking for the truth or trying to solve a problem. The only thing they crave is your reaction. They want to drain your energy. They throw a match, they criticize you, they twist your words, and out of old habits, you react. You try to explain, you get angry, or you frantically people please to diffuse the situation. Listen to me on this. The very second you lose your cool to argue, you've signed a contract. You've handed over the remote control to your own nervous system. By putting on your armor and fighting back, you are implicitly agreeing that they have the authority to judge your worth, your emotions, your peace, your reactions. That is the highest tier currency. Stop handing it out for free to people who throw stones and hide their hands. Ultimate power doesn't lie in winning in an argument, it lies in emotional disengagement. To disarm them, you must weaponize your silence using the gray rock method. Instead of fighting back or begging, this method requires you to step entirely out of the emotional transaction and become an endless void. Imagine a gray rock on the side of the road. It has no sharp edges, no vibrant colors, and it's incredibly dull. When you become a gray rock, you offer a big fat zero in emotional currency. Let's dive into history to see the greatness of this strategy. When Julius Caesar was kidnapped by pirates, his captors expected fear, panic, or begging. But what did Caesar do? He didn't panic. He didn't use the fawn response to save his life. He maintained a state of complete psychological invulnerability by stripping all emotion from his response. He made himself unreadable to his enemies, and that very stillness stripped his captors of their power. You must apply this exact ruthlessness. Next time the manipulator attacks you, give the shortest, most neutral answers possible. Look them dead in the eye and say, "Okay, I see that's your perspective. That's it." You strip all emotion from your voice.
The line remains perfectly straight.
You maintain a blank,
absolute control and an absence
face.
of emotional spikes during the speech.
Do not share any personal information. You turn into an endless void, echoing back nothing but hollow sounds. But to do this without getting hurt on the inside, you have to undergo a profound paradigm shift You must move from the position of a victim into a state of clinical pity. The next time they raise their voice, when they try to gaslight you, I want you to look at them differently. Don't look at them as some powerful monster controlling your fate. Look at them the way a researcher looks at a struggling specimen under a microscope. Observe their dysregulation. Watch their amygdala get hijacked in real time. Tell yourself, look at how desperately they crave my energy. Look at how their nervous system is spiraling out of control because they lack the ability to self-soothe. That is clinical pity. Why does this destroy the manipulator? Because you are directly attacking their psychological framework. The human brain is hardwired to expect reciprocity. When they hurl a massive force of anger, manipulation, and guilt at you, they expect a physiological and neurological response. But when they throw that anger out and get nothing back but a blank wall, the feedback loop can't close. This creates a state of psychological vertigo. The manipulator loses their balance. They become disoriented. Without your reaction to feed the fire, they literally suffocate in their own momentum. They expect a fight, they expect tears, but when they are met with an invisible void, they become completely powerless. Your physical body might still be present in that room, but your emotional core has been relocated to a sanctuary they can never reach. Listen to me. Your silence isn't an escape. It's a fortress. Your detachment isn't isolation. It's a safe haven. You don't have to prove anything to anyone. You don't have to react. When you do this, you become an entity that cannot be mapped, and therefore cannot be manipulated. You reclaim your power not by yelling louder. You reclaim it by refusing to play their game. Let them exhaust themselves crashing into the cold, hard surface of the gray rock that is you. Because here is a brutal truth. No one can manipulate something they can't find. You aren't just staying calm. You have been liberated. You are untouchable. If your mind grasps this truth, and if your nervous system finally feels relief, I want you to claim your power right now. Scroll down to the comments and type this phrase to rewire your brain: my silence is my power. And if this video explained the massive weight you've always had to carry alone, hit subscribe. These deep psychological frameworks aren't for everyone, but they are for you. Welcome to our sanctuary. I'll see you in the next video.